Good afternoon. My name is Joanna Moses Woodke, Customer Service Education Project Lead with the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, and I am delighted to be your host for this afternoon's proceedings. Just for housekeeping, please turn your camera on, mute your mic, and put your view in speaker view. Mr. Louis Lewis, CEO of the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited, Mr. Robert McPhee, Master Facilitator of Uplifting Service, Mr. Ken Corby, Managing Director of Customer Experience Strategist, and the one who made all of this possible, Dr. Stephen Shepard, CEO of the Tobago Tourism and Hospitality Institute. Mrs. Sophia Bulhan, Marketing and Communications Manager, and my right hand at the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, our esteemed workshop leaders, specially invited guests, good afternoon. We are very excited to be with all of you. Today's event celebrates a significant milestone within the tourism industry customer service training program, sponsored and managed by the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited. The overall project is aimed at improving the quality of customer experience throughout Tobago while enhancing our competitiveness and boosting our destination's appeal in the global travel and tourism sector. To date, we were able to embark on an intensive 6 weeks training engagement with 23 workshop leaders. And you will play a vital role in helping organizations, small businesses, civil society organizations, and entrepreneurs in Tobago upgrade their customer service skills. The training of the workshop leaders is a significant milestone for supporting organizations, and you will be responsible for helping these organizations and individuals at all levels through workshops, training, coaching, and self-help tools. So welcome, one and all. To bring our first welcome remarks, I am pleased to invite Mr. Louis Lewis, CEO of the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited. Mr. Lewis?
So Joanna, Miss Morrison is in, acknowledgement.
All right, Miss Assemblywoman, Miss Megan Morrison, we would like to welcome you. You are the Assistant Secretary for Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation. Welcome to this afternoon's proceedings. We will handing over to Mr. Louis Lewis, who will bring our first remarks from the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited. Mr. Lewis?
Yeah, thank you, Joanna, and I'm hoping that I can be heard. I would like to adopt the protocol that has already been established because everyone on this call here today is distinguished. But I also want to recognize the presence of the Assistant Secretary for Tourism, Transportation, Antiquities, and Culture. And it is significant that we have Ms. Morrison with us today, and she has been at previous sessions because it gives us the endorsement of the THA on the thrust that we have embarked on. As Joanna mentioned, today is a very significant day in the transformation process that we are initiating. We have trained a number of enthusiastic, competent persons to be the soldiers at the forefront for that change that we are aiming for. It has never been done in the Caribbean, and therefore we are changing the narrative about Tobago from the standpoint of the visitor experience and how we deliver customer service to our guests, to our clients, to our patrons. And it's not just about tourism. Tourism is the avenue by which we are driving that process, but it's something that is going to impact on the entire island. And I can already see and anticipate the narrative about Tobago once we have been successful. The persons who have volunteered to be part of that contingent of persons to lead us in that direction will definitely be pioneers of some sort who would have inculcated a new direction in terms of customer service. It's nothing to do with servitude. It's about recognizing the professionalism of service, and it's how service excellence leads to monetization and profitability. There is a level of anxiety that exists outside of the parameters of those trainers. When I interact with some of the stakeholders, the hoteliers, some of the restaurateurs, as well as recently we had an engagement in a live public broadcast program, and myself and the producer recognized an area that required some intervention. And both of us said to ourselves, this is going to be addressed in this initiative that we are embarking on. So there is a lot of work to be done. There is a lot of change that has to happen. And I am so happy that you are all excited. And we have now a cadre of people who are certified in a methodology that has proven success. And I am seeing ourselves 3 years down the road when the conversation about Tobago is, what did that country do that makes them so excellent? And therefore, today, as the recognize the persons who have been successful in that endeavor, I think it is a tremendous milestone for us setting the platform for that new narrative that is going to be written about Tobago. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your participation, your dedication, your interactivity. And I am saying in advance, thank you for your efforts, because I think it is the start of a new day for us for tourism in Tobago. So these are my brief remarks on the Tobago Tourism Agency. Thank you very much, Joanna.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis, for the opening welcoming remarks and for reiterating the huge transformation that would occur with this intervention. At this time, I would like to invite our CEO, Dr. Stephen Shepherd, who will also bring remarks from the Institute and also from the service education component of the project. Dr. Shepherd.
Thank you, Joanna. Good afternoon, everyone. And in the interest of time, all previously established protocols are observed. Good afternoon, Ms. Morrison, and welcome. For me today, and this ceremony is a very significant and historic day because we are making tangible steps toward making a very significant improvement to brand Trinidad and Tobago, starting with the island of Tobago. The fact that you, the workshop leaders, have successfully negotiated the last 6 weeks is testimony to your commitment to this place that we call home. As I have said before, when we start treating each other well, when the quality of our service becomes our competitive edge, when we have developed fantastic service and an uplifting service foundation, but with TNT-style dressing, flavor, and culture, we will stand out and be counted. And no one will be able to copy us, but I know they will try. I wish to thank the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities, and Transportation for solidly standing behind this project, as it will change the face of Tobago and improve the stature of Tobago in the tourism and hospitality world. Trinidad will hopefully soon follow right after. I also wish to thank all at Uplifting Service for their sterling support. Ron, Jeff, Robert, Karine, and Ken from Escares. Your work is truly appreciated. There's a team from THTI headed by Mrs. Joanna Moses-Watke that includes Sophia, Masuda, Hazel, Lisa, and Jordan that is doing absolutely fantastic work in developing the learning management system and the customer relationship management system that you'll be using to deliver the training. Hats off to them. I assure you that your experience in using it will be really great. I anticipate that after several cycles of training has taken place, the unprompted feedback from those to whom we add value by our service will include the words desired, surprising, and unbelievable. That must be our goal in our training, mentoring, coaching, and overall support. Once we have traveled some distance along that road, great service in all spheres of life will become second nature to us, and we will see our income from all our endeavors increase over time. To use a balanced scorecard framework, this investment of money, time, and effort that is being made right now is an investment in the island's learning and growth. That investment will then lead to improved business operations, resulting in higher quality and cost-effective service to customers, which will then result in much improved financial performance. I therefore implore you, workshop leaders, for us to keep all our collective shoulders to the wheel, overcome the obstacles that I'm sure we will encounter, persevere step by step, and we will succeed. Please know that you have the combined forces of uplifting services, yes, careers, the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited, the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, and the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities, and Transportation of the Tobago House of Assembly behind you all the way. We will succeed. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and thank you very much for your efforts so far, and looking forward to the good work that you'll be doing over the next couple of weeks, months, and years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Shepherd. And the 6 levels of service are now in our ears. It's now a household name we would never forget. But this is truly a historic moment, and we are all happy to be a part. Thank you. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome Assemblywoman Megan Morrison, Assistant Secretary for Tourism, Culture, Antiquities, and Transportation, to bring the feature address. Assembly Morrison.
Pleasant good evening, everyone. A special greeting to Mr. Louis Lewis. A special good evening to Dr. Stephen Shepherd. A special good evening to all the faculties and tutors and facilitators. And an even special good evening to our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, and especially Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, I must let you know that I am truly pleased and humbled to have received an invitation to address you this evening on the occasion of your certificate award ceremony for the Tobago Customer Service Workshop Leadership. When I read the invitation, some words stood out and popped up to me. Those words are 3 words. The first being award. To be awarded, it means that there has been some measure of success. For you to have a successful workshop is commendable. And I wish to congratulate you all on this success. That other word is certificate. This certificate signifies that you will be in possession of some documentation as evidence of your success. This is something that cannot be disputed, but I must emphasize that with this certificate, there must be corresponding attitude that measures up to that certification. In this case, an attitude that makes you go on to function in a way that will eventually redound to the benefit of the customer. And it must be a meaningful contribution to the tourism sector and by extension, Tobago. That other word is service. For as long as I can remember, I have been hearing about a lack of proper service in most sectors, not just in tourism, but all around. I want to impress upon all of you who will receive certificates today that in our tourism sector, perhaps more important than to remember is service. We in this sector don't do favors. We provide a service upon which the sector depends for its success. Note that service has a particular kind of character. One such character is service is welcoming. When you serve someone, that person should feel welcomed. 2, service should feel like it's placed and it places and makes someone feel a sense of comfort and belonging. That's what service does. 3, it makes one feel satisfied for choosing to be with you and around you. That's what service does. Finally, it can make someone decide to return to our shores. In other words, the type of service that we provide can seriously impact the outcome of our efforts in the tourism sector. I dare say to you that you must no longer want to serve in tourism sector. You must want to succeed, and that success will always depend on service. Against this type of background, I wish to commend the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute for its initiative in always fostering this type of training to the people of Tobago. And let me just say, I am a product of this institution. I hold an associate degree in hospitality management. So of course, service was part of my training. I further went on to hold a master's degree in marketing management because through this institution, I found my love for marketing. So, as we share this occasion, I want to commend THTI again, and I must congratulate those of you who will receive your certificates today and ask you to keep on pushing, and so that we hasten when we provide the kind of service that the island needs, the all of Tobago will benefit. And this will renown to a buoyant tourism sector. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you, Assemblywoman Morrison and THDI alum, for your kind but sober words of encouragement and reminding us of our duties as exemplar customer service representative. I really appreciate that. Thank you. At this point, I am happy to invite Dr. Yes, I think we can call you Doctor at this point, Robert. Mr. Robert McPhee, Master Facilitator, to bring remarks from Uplifting Service. Mr. McPhee?
Thank you so much, Joanna. Gosh, it's so inspiring to hear from Mr. Lewis and Dr. Shepard and Assemblywoman Morrison. It's almost as if you were in this 6 weeks with us. You're so clear on what we've been up to here. And I want to start by acknowledging in a slightly different way some people who have already been acknowledged here, but that's the leadership team with the THTI group. And I want to acknowledge them specifically for the rigor that was put into selecting this remarkable group of individuals that we're here to recognize today. And I think there's no question that all 23 of these people have done a remarkable job and shown remarkable commitment. And at the same time, I've worked with other organizations where the same level of rigor was not put into selecting the group. And those organizations didn't find themselves in a place where we find ourselves today with 23 people who I can honestly say are very, very ready to go out and share this message. So again, acknowledgement and congratulations to the THTI leadership group that took the lead on making those selections and finding the right kind of people to do what we're here to do. I also want to acknowledge, again, 3 people who have already been acknowledged, but maybe in a slightly different way, reflecting all the way back to the very beginning of this initiative and what an incredibly strong leadership presence there has been and a level of leadership support there has been for this entire initiative. And again, it's demonstrated today, not just spoken or written, but demonstrated by Mr. Lewis and Dr. Shepard and Assemblywoman Morrison, all being here, all taking time out of their busy schedules to be here and be part of this, to show that their the THTI team and like myself, we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to be here to support the workshop leaders who are going out and taking this important next step of actually delivering this to the people on the front lines, if you will. And then finally, I also, in a general sense, before we hear individually from these remarkable people who have completed this 6-week program, I want to acknowledge them as a group, because it has truly been my honor and privilege and pleasure to work with this group. The way they have shown up from the very, very beginning has truly been inspiring. And I actually made a short list of some of the characteristics that I wanted to cover that they have shown up with. But really, from the very, very beginning, we have talked about the fact that some of these people have experience in this type of work with teaching and training. Some of them have absolutely none. But every single one of them has showed up with a commitment to not perfection, because we've never asked for that, but to excellence. And really, every single one of them has lived fully into that commitment to excellence. They have showed up with a level of energy, which has been just amazing. At first, I was calling it positive energy, but it's really much more than that. The best words I could come up with was it was invigorating, the level of energy that they brought, and also contagious. It really is impacting other people. There's a level of enthusiasm and excitement that they bring to doing the work and also sharing it with others. I think you're going to see when you hear from these people. There's also a level of skill. Again, a varying level of skill, but every single person in this group has a real skill level for doing this work of getting up in front of a group and facilitating this important information and content. There was also a lot of fun. You know, over the course of 6 weeks, we had fun doing this work. And we talked a lot about the importance of making this work fun, and how when it is fun and engaging and has an element of almost entertainment to it, that people learn more and will remember more. So we really embodied that over the course of the 6 weeks. And finally, I think the thing that was most inspiring to me about this group was how they all showed up to support each other. You know, there's 23 people going through this, and in small groups of 8, supporting each other and being there for each other and encouraging each other in a way which, again, to me, having worked with a lot of groups like this, was truly inspiring to be a part of. So before we go into hearing from people individually, the last thing I would say is kind of looking ahead. And the next step is for this group to actually be going out and doing this training, doing this teaching. And I can say, as a person who has facilitated this training, that I'm 100% comfortable that this initiative is in very good hands. And I'm excited to continue to support this group as we move forward. So with that, I think, Sophia, we're going to take a look at the actual certificate. Again, we live in a virtual world, so we're going to give you a glimpse of the actual certificate that Assemblywoman Morrison was describing so eloquently, even though I don't think she's had a chance to see it. But this is not an insignificant document, that this is what everyone will be getting. And it is symbolic, but it is symbolic of something really, really important. It's all the hard work that you've done and the level of achievement that you've accomplished over these 6 weeks. So we're not going to show everyone's individual certificate just for the sake of time and complexity. But what we are going to do is we're going to have a chance to hear briefly from each one of the 23 remarkable people who have completed this program. And Joanna and Sophia and myself are going to share making short remarks about each person and kind of how they've shown up in this process. And then we'll get a chance to hear just a little bit from each one of them as well. So our first workshop leader, who we're going to recognize for their accomplishment of completing this program, is Alish D'Souza. And look at our system work. Alish just magically showed up on my screen. So I'm the lucky one who gets to share just a couple of words about Alish and my experience of her in this program. She definitely embodied that sense of commitment to this work. And she did it in a way that was so gentle and so caring. When I imagine people in her group, they're just going to feel like enveloped and held by her. And I'm just 100% certain as she goes into this work that her participants, the people who are in her classes, are absolutely going to fall in love with her. So Elise, this is your opportunity to share just a little bit about your experience over these 6 weeks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Robert, for those encouraging words. And thank you so much for your support over the past 6 weeks. By extension, I really want to thank the THTI for leading this initiative with Uplifting Service. Yes, it was a vigorous 6 weeks. However, I did learn quite significant amount of content, but beside that, how we as Trinbagonians, how we should approach our customer service, especially when we're looking at Tobago's tourism product. So I am elated and excited to be considered a workshop leader. Thank you very much. And I am excited also for the opportunity to present and share this content to my fellow Tobagonians and by extension Trinidadians as we look to improve our tourism product within the Caribbean region. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Great, thank you. And the next person that we're going to hear from is Anisha Hoppy Wilson. And in our most recent training session, practice session, Anisha had the opportunity to do one of the most inspiring things that happened in this entire 6-week program that we did, because on the day that she was slated to actually do her final practice session, she was not feeling well at all. And again, I think she did what all the participants have really embodied by willing to step up. And even though she wasn't feeling well, to step up and do her practice session and honestly do it remarkably well. I was worried when I first heard her whether she'd even be able to do it. But she did that. She demonstrated that level of commitment again. And she also just brings a warmth and a friendliness to her delivery of this content, along with really effective facilitation. So Anisha, a few words from you.
Thank you very much, Robert. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Shepherd and his very dedicated team, and to you, Robert, for this opportunity. It has really been a very exciting and learner-centered experience for me, and I've greatly enjoyed the evenings of training. And I think the most pleasurable part of this training for me was meeting a group of vivacious, hardworking, and supportive persons, and it has truly been a pleasure. I look forward to continuing to work with the team. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, and I'm going to turn it back to, or over rather, to Sophia, who's going to speak briefly about the next few workshop leaders.
Thank you, Robert. It's indeed my honor to recognize the next individuals, starting with Carla Charles Yee. Carla is indeed a professional in the area of facilitating. However, I have to say that her enthusiasm, her energy, and her great smile will win over anybody. I can guarantee that. Over to you. Congratulations, Carla.
Thank you so much. My gosh, I'm sure everybody would have planned something to say, but sometimes it just takes the feeling and the vibe and the energy that you have on the evening. And I just want to first of all say thank you to everyone who made this happen for this entire team of workshop leaders. I mean, it's different to be on the other side, on the other end, right? And this has been a one-of-a-kind experience for me, learning from my other team members, my colleagues, my peers, as Marcia would say, learning from you all and learning from somebody new, somebody who I've never met before. Mr. Robert McPhee, you've done so much. You made this so easy for us, right? Because you made us feel so comfortable. Because let me tell you, when we get into those practice sessions, regardless of how experienced we are, our heart rate, instead of it being 120 over 80, it's probably like 300 over 70, you know, right? And it's just racing, but you have this very, very calming way that when you allow us to take that breath to calm down, it just makes it so much easier, and it gets more comfortable and easier week after week. You know, Tobago taking on this project is something that has been something that I've been anticipating for years. So it is a privilege for me, being a Trinidadian out of the Trinbagonian diaspora, to have the privilege to share with my Tobagonian brothers and sisters in this way. So I want to congratulate our Twin Island state. I want to thank again Robert, Joanna, Sophia, Stephen, Mr. Louis, all of y'all at the THTT. Y'all know what I want to say, right?
HTI.
Right, right. I just want to thank everybody and thank you all so much again for the privilege. It has been fantastic for me. And you know me, it was fun.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you very much for those words. It is my pleasure now to recognize the next workshop leader, Cindy Stewart Lewis. You have put your heart into this training. So much so you even involved your whole family in some of the training exercises. That's how much heart you put into this. And I know your future participants will feel that. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sophia. And good afternoon to everyone. And I take this opportunity to thank the persons who I consider was able to collaborate together and put this whole thing and execute it in such a way that we are so excited to go out there and get the job done. Thank you, Mr. Lewis, Dr. Shepherd, and your wonderful team, Ms. Morrison. And I'd say special thanks to Sophia and Sophia, Hazel, and Joanna. You all grace us with your presence in class from time to time, and I really, acknowledge that you didn't leave us hanging out on a limb. And I look forward to going forward, and even to my group members and all the workshop leaders. We had a great time, and the best is yet to come. So thank you all.
Thank you, Debbie. It is now my pleasure to announce the next workshop leader to be certified, and that is Debbie Lewis. Debbie, your professionalism, your presence, very, very supportive. I know that every workshop lead, every participant who will be in your sessions will feel very supported, very embraced, and empowered to go out there and make a difference in their organization. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Sophia. And I would like to thank more broadly the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, as well as the Tobago Tourism Agency, for really raising the level of consciousness around service excellence, and more importantly, its importance in achieving national development objectives. For decades, we in Trinidad and Tobago have been talking about diversification, and having traveled a bit, the primary product that we have in Trinidad and Tobago is a cut above the rest, compared to other islands in the Caribbean whose main source of income is tourism. So if we could improve our level of service excellence, we would be very hard to catch up with. I want to say about the course that I certainly learned a lot over the last 6 weeks, and which I hope to put into practice in my personal life. And I look forward to sharing my learnings with others in the future. Thank you again.
Thank you, Debbie. That kind of achievement, honestly, we cannot go wrong. That's for sure. Thank you.
Definitely.
I would like to now call on our next workshop leader, Devon Adana Miggins. who I personally believe will be one of our greatest ambassadors for this program, not because she is an advocate by profession or attorney as they call, or a social media influencer, but because I know that Devon puts her passion, her love into everything that she does and to support it to the max. So it is my pleasure to recognize Devon Adana Miggins.
So I don't think Devon was able to join us today. So Sophia, I think your words are going to have to suffice for now. But I would reiterate everything that you said. And Devon was definitely a leader within our group and exhibited all the characteristics that we've been talking about in terms of commitment and just the energy that she brought to this entire training. So we will move on to the next person.
Okay, great. Our next workshop leader is Jacqueline Adams. And the two things I'd like to say about Jacqueline, in addition to your poise and your professionalism, it really makes me very proud to also say that Jacqueline is also an alumnus, is that the word, of the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute. You are testament to how excellence is embodied. And I know that you will pass this on to all participants who will come through your workshops. Thank you for being part of this. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Safia. And really, I carry the hat of THTI everywhere I go, because I always say to people, THTI is who make it what I am today. But I really want to thank the organization, the Tobago House of Assembly, THTI, and the Tourism Association for this initiative. Believe me, for years we have been hearing customer service, and we have done a lot of training with regards to customer service to disseminate into the community of Tobago. But this was one with a difference in that the facilitators' hands were held along the way. And even though you would have done facilitating on many occasions, it was really a different with Robert talking to you. You learn so much different strategies and so on. And I think the participant and with the way how the program is structured, they will not be bored at all. I want to say that my team that I was a part of, Team 2, that we presented on a Saturday from 2, we became a family. You learn to appreciate the camaraderie, you learn to appreciate the feedback, and you learn to appreciate everyone, because we all were aiming for one thing: service excellence. So I also want to wish everyone the best as we go forward, and also in changing the culture of Tobago and also Trinidad. So service excellence to everyone, and it is humbling to receive this certificate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. I'm delighted to announce the next workshop leader, who happens to carry the same first name, Jacqueline Thompson. Jackie, your energy, your passion, your enthusiasm. I know anybody in your class, nobody will be left behind. You carry everybody with your energy and enthusiasm. And I look forward to seeing you in a workshop somewhere soon, doing your thing. Congratulations.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. I must say that this training session has done a lot for me in my personal life. I find myself adapting some of the teachings even week after week, and I look forward to really seeing the landscape and the whole culture of Tobago and then Trinidad change, the way we offer service, the way we greet and treat each other, that it will just be a normal lifestyle over time. So I look forward to delivering. I thank Robert and the whole THTI and the TTAL for this initiative. I feel really special to be a part of this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. And now over to Robert.
Okay, so there we go. So next we're going to hear from Joanne John. And first of all, I have to thank Joanne because I referenced this several times in our training, but every facilitator needs to have a Joanne in their group, because whenever I put it out to the group and I needed someone to ask a question or give me a response or make it interactive, Joanne was always my go-to person who was willing to raise her hand and chime in and really, again, we use the word facilitate a lot here, but she would really helped facilitate that conversation. And she brings a level of expertise, she brings a level of skill. And I also would really emphasize her commitment throughout the 6 weeks to supporting her fellow workshop leaders. So thank you so much, Joanne. Let's hear a little bit from you.
Hey, thanks very much, Robert. And I have to say that it has been an absolute pleasure for me to have spent the past 6 weeks with this group of dynamic people, fantastic women and men who are committed to improving customer service in Tobago. I want to definitely thank the leadership. Everyone has, mentioned them. I want to, echo all of that. And I also want to make a real big shout out to the admin and project team, because I think that they were actually all along embodying the very thing that we are learning about, which is, amazing customer service, because never did they make me feel like I asked a silly question. And poor Hazel, I called her quite a few times in the beginning, and she was always courteous and wonderful. Joanna, Sophia, everybody, they've been all absolutely amazing. And I think they're a testament to exactly what we're learning here. And of course, I also want to say that I'm hoping that maybe in the future, some of us can actually connect in the real world, and find out, how we've been doing and how things are unfolding, because I know that it has been impossible to do it as the whole big group. But yes, I just wanted to say thank you to you too, Robert. I have really enjoyed having you as our facilitator, as our instructor, as our fearless leader. Everything that I've learned, I can certainly take forward, and I'm looking forward to doing just that once there's an opportunity. So thank you all very much, and thank you again to my little group, because we were like a family, and it was a really wonderful experience.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, isn't that so true that the smaller groups that we broke into for the practice sessions really did become like family? So thank you for that. So the next person we're going to hear from is the award winner for the most names, and she is Josanne Maxine Moses Andrews. I got it all out in one breath. So Josanne brought such a beautiful, wonderful, nurturing, caring energy to everything that we did. And she also was one of the people who I really noticed was always so well prepared. She really committed to doing the work necessary to bring the level of excellence that we talked about. So Josanne, let's hear a few words from you.
Thank you very, very much, Robert. You have me blushing the way you described me, because sometimes I really didn't feel as though I was as fully prepared as I would have liked to be to participate in some of these sessions. I must say that I feel extremely humbled, firstly, to have been chosen to be a part of this cohort. From the inception, I would have remained very open and optimistic and enthusiastic about what I was about to embark in. And I must say that my expectations have been exceeded. And throughout the process, I remain excited to move on to the next stage. I would have had an opportunity to see the dynamism amongst the team members and what everybody would have brought. Everybody has a particular strength that they would be able to build upon in order to share in the experience and be able to transmit the vision that we have for this entire project. I would like to sincerely thank all those persons, those who represent the face of THDI, those who work in the background, uplifting service, Ron for his very exciting videos, and just for making this a reality. And I look forward to being part of the change process and looking to see where my country can actually be developed and become recognized for who we truly are, a beautiful set of people. Thank you.
I have the privilege of introducing Kelly Manet Camille. Congratulations, Kelly. You have made significant strides. You were selected because of your love and appreciation for the environment, and that passion shone through. The way you set up the exercises, connecting your presentation to the workbook, I know you will do well implementing the training in your sector. Congratulations, Kelly, and over to you.
Kelly, you are muted.
Can you unplug your headset and just speak into the microphone?
Can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yep.
Yes, Kelly, we are hearing you now. Go ahead.
Okay, so sorry about that. So thank you very much. And I would just like to say that this uplift service training has been truly enlightening for me as a service provider. And over the last 6 weeks, I've been able to apply everything that we have learned in my daily acts of service. And I do see a marked difference from even now. And this training is extremely timely for us as service providers in Tobago, as we strive to uplift Tobago and her people and highlight the warmth of Tobago and what we have to offer to the world. So thank you for the opportunity to learn, and most of all, thank you for the opportunity to lead through service. So thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. And thank you for demonstrating something that we all got lots of chances to learn in these last 6 weeks, which was being ready to adjust on the fly to technology, right? Beautifully demonstrated. Beautiful. So our next workshop leader is someone who I must confess surprised me, because when I first met her and I first saw her on screen, I said, oh, she's pretty young. This might be a lot for her. But boy, did she prove me wrong in thinking that, because the word I use for Kemba Winchester is powerhouse. She is going to be one of our absolutely best trainers out there. She's going to be a leader, and she brings a level of sophistication and a level of just fluid presentation to what she does that is really, really amazing. So thank you very much, Kemba, and looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
Hi, pleasant evening to everyone. And I would like to say thank you, Mr. McAfee, for your words. I would like to say thank you to THTI and TTAL for not just observing the need for customer service excellence in Tobago, but in fact, taking the necessary steps to make it possible in Tobago, because we understand that we have an amazing tourism product here, but the only way we can actually push it to the world is ensuring that we have service excellence here on the island and within the country. I would also like to extend my gratitude to you, Robert. You have been amazing over the past 6 weeks. You have made us feel, and my little family on Thursdays, you have made us always feel very comfortable and very secure in our presentations. We never felt heavily criticized. We always felt very motivated to continue moving forward and consuming the content. And I do look forward to being the powerhouse as you describe me in the future. I look forward to making my mark in Tobago and ensuring that we are able to present this island and this country as the magnificent, beautiful gem that it is. So thanks again.
And Joanna, you have the next one, don't you?
Yes, I do. Congratulations to Karen Bess. Karen, I know you for a very long time as a colleague and working at THTI, and I'm really happy to have you in this team as workshop leaders. We have seen how you have used the tools and the advice and the content throughout the training and really grew with it, and you have become a really an exceptional workshop leader, and we are happy to have you on board. So congratulations to you, and we look forward to working with you in the future. So over to you, Karen.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I must say a thanks to all the persons that made this possible. For me, it was a truly inspiring initiative, as a divine intervention was needed in Tobago as it relates to customer service, and as it relates to how we deal with customers that graces our shore. This training took me from a very basic level to what I would say probably desired or unbelievable, if I should call it that, because I started speaking like 500 words per minute, and that have since reduced to approximately, let's say, 100 words per minute now, due to Robert and his intervention, like when I'm presenting. So personally, it has been a marvelous experience. Thanks to THTI. I'm also a product of THTI. Thanks to TTAL, thanks to Uplifting Service, thanks to Robert, Dr. Shepherd. I can't stop saying thanks, because to me, this was truly needed. And I embrace this opportunity to be a workshop leader in this initiative. Thank you again, guys. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Karen. I now have the privilege of congratulating Dr. Leslie Ann Jordan Miller. Congratulations. You are an exemplar when it comes to customer service. You completed with ease. Your annotations, your poise, your understanding and application of customer service, especially in the virtual space, that was astounding. Congratulations, Dr. Miller. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Joanna, and good afternoon, colleagues. This was such an enriching and rewarding experience over these past 6 weeks, and I really want to, congratulate the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute for leading the charge for such an important initiative, not just for Tobago, but Trinidad and Tobago. I want to say thank you to the THA and to the Tobago Tourism Agency, really for their visionary leadership in recognizing that now is the time for this kind of transformation in terms of setting Tobago apart from its competitors and using customer service as that competitive advantage. Robert, thank you so much for being an unbelievable master facilitator. I really enjoyed the past 6 weeks, and you've given me so many useful tools to make me a better teacher. And to all the other workshop leaders, congratulations. And to my family in Group C, iron sharpening iron. All your feedback has really made me a better lecturer and teacher and person, and I wish you all the best. I look forward to the transformation that's ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie Ann, for those kind words. Next, we have Maisha James. And the one thing I want to say about Maisha, we're hearing a lot of words used today over and over again. And I think Maisha is really like the poster child for what this group as a whole, the way that they show up. And what I mean by that is the friendliness and the caring and the genuineness that comes through from the whole group. And again, Maisha, I just feel like you exemplify that as well as anybody in the group. And I think it's going to serve you really, really well when you go out there to actually facilitate. So the floor is yours, as I keep saying.
So good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for your kind words, Robert. So firstly, I would like to thank the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, as well as the Tobago Tourism Agency for recognizing that change was required. Congratulations to us all for taking personal responsibility by taking the steps necessary for us to transform our Tobago product with remarkable service. I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to you, Robert, and Uplifting Service for the valuable training. It was intense, yet very, very enjoyable. The journey with the entire team. I also want to extend gratitude to my peers and all the team leads for your wisdom, your shared experiences, personable presentations, and of course, coaching. We definitely coached each other. I want to say thank you. I believe we are ready to, of course, step it up and go out and do what is necessary. So thank you.
At this time, I would like to say congratulations to Marcia Jones. Congratulations. Customer service is your life. I can see that. The way you delivered your presentation, the sense of familiarity, you were totally engaged and full of energy. And I really look forward to your contributions in the rollout. Congratulations, Ms. Jones. Over to you.
Thank you, Joanna. And like everybody else, I want to say thank you to the various organizations and the teams who made this happen. The THTI, the Tobago Tourism Agency, the Tobago House of Assembly, Uplifting Services. I am excited because what has happened here is what I've been dreaming of for years. And so I'm so pleased that how I see these organizations is that there are visionaries in the THTI, in the Tobago Tourism Agency. I have a sense that there are a new set of people with the right vision to take Tobago forward in terms of customer service. So I'm very excited. Customer service is an area that I've been training in for years. And when I was included in this workshop to be a part of it, I was very happy. I'm always excited to try new things, but I got even more excited when I realized that I'm being trained, coached to present the information in a different way, in an exciting way. And so I want to thank Uplifting Services, Robert, and the team, Ron, Jeff. I want to thank you all because you have held our hands, and even Robert, I think you are phenomenal because I believe a lot of time the way things go depend on leadership, and the way Robert led the workshops, the sessions. I think it contributed to, it being, what should I say, a real exciting, and inspiring experience to the other facilitators, the skilled people who are going out there, my teammates. I want to thank you. I was amazed at how people were supportive of each other. That was mentioned earlier, but I was really impressed. People didn't behave as if it was a competition. We didn't operate like that. We were supportive, we were coaching, we were helping. So thanks to everyone, to the THTI team of Sophia and Joanna and Hazel. I want to thank you all for being so patient. I mean, when I see messages coming out on a Sunday, I am like, these people know about service. So congratulations to the THTI staff as well, who really demonstrated what is real, customer service. So thanks again for including me, and I look forward to going out there and taking the message in a new way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, you guys are going to bring me to tears here. This is amazing. So our next person that we're going to hear from, I said earlier that every group should have a Joanne. Well, every group should also have a Natasha, because Natasha exemplifies the kind of energy that I was talking about, like over the top. Like she is like the Energizer bunny. And again, she brings so much to the group, and she clearly is enjoying the experience and helping everyone like bring their level of energy up, but also really exemplifying the level of support for all of her fellow workshop leaders as well. So thank you so much, Natasha, for the way you showed up. And I think your groups are going to fall in love with you. So what would you like to share today?
Thank you so much. And I'm the first person who gets to say good evening because it's dead on 6 p.m. So uplifting service has a new meaning for me. It is now U, unbelievable, P, personable, L, loving, I, interesting, F, first class, T, triggering, I, insightful, N, noticeable, and G, getting better with every new step of customer service. I therefore thank the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited, THTI, and our master facilitator, Mr. Robert McPhee. Our island will be better off, and my beautiful Group B family, I love you all. Ron Kaufman, take a bow. I thank you.
Wow, 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 Natasha. Thank you so much. I also have the pleasure of congratulating and introducing Mrs. Rhonda Thomas Latouche, a really good friend of mine. Congratulations, Rhonda. We had no doubt in your ability to successfully complete this intensive training. If there's one word I will describe you throughout this 6 weeks intervention is assertive. The way you took the information, the way you presented, and you really held our attention. So thank you for accepting the challenge and congratulations. Over to you, Rhonda.
Thank you so very much. It was indeed a pleasure, and I would like to thank all the collaborating agencies, the Tobago House of Assembly, the TTAL, THTI, as well as Uplifting Service for giving me the opportunity to be part of the customer service training workshop. It was indeed a rewarding experience. I must thank Robert, our facilitator, because he did an excellent job, given the fact that we had a lot of content to cover over the 6-week period. He made it very easy and he made it fun. So I thank you for that. Right. I also want to thank all the supporting staff as well from THTI who was with us through it all. It was really, really, I really appreciate the fact that you were there to support us through this journey. I can now safely say that we are equipped with the necessary tools to transform the service quality on our beautiful island of Tobago and by extension, Trinidad and Tobago. So I just want us to all strive for service excellence by taking the next step up to create value for someone else. So I thank you all so very much.
Wow, you guys are such good students. Listen to that content come out. I love it. So our next workshop leader is Sean Anthony Lindsay. And Sean, one of the strong men in the group. You've probably noticed that we have a lot of women, a lot of amazing women in this group, but we also have some remarkable men. And Sean upstaged me today with the bow tie. Very, very good. I'm impressed by that. And I love the way Sean personalized this work as we were practicing and learning the content going through the 6 weeks. Sean was one of the best at really bringing his own personal perspective and personal stories, bringing a little fun and engagement to this work. So thank you so much for that, Sean. It's going to serve you really well. And what would you like to share today?
Good afternoon, all protocols observed. I'd just like to thank all the institutions that came together to make this possible. Also, the hard work done by Robert and the planning committee. It was truly an eye-opening experience doing the course, and I look forward to stepping up customer service within not only our country, but in the region and the world. I'm looking forward to working with my team members and all the individuals in this journey going forward. So thank you again, Robert, for your assistance and your guidance.
You're so welcome. Thank you. And our next workshop leader is Shervon Mervyn Breathwaite. And Shervon was, my word for Shervon is sleeper, because he, much like Kemba, who I talked about earlier, he surprised me a little bit. You know, in our first conversations, he's a little quiet, he's a little shy, he kind of stays in the background a little bit. But when he got in front of the group and did his presentations, he's another powerhouse. He has a presence, he has a calm, like just a knowing. His groups are going to trust him right out of the gate. So he's going to be absolutely fabulous at this. And he just owns the room. So Shervon, thank you so much. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you, Robert, for your very kind words. I would like to begin by thanking the Tobago House of Assembly, the Tobago Tourism Limited, as well as the management and workshop team of the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute for having such a workshop. I think over the last 6 weeks, I will definitely sum up the entire experience as enlightening. Coming from an education and performing arts background, learning about service and customer service has definitely changed the way I view our island, understanding that we are definitely built for providing good customer service. And I'm looking forward to being a part of the reminder as we go out and facilitate these workshops so we can take our tourism product forward.
See what I mean? He just owns the room, doesn't he? So our next workshop facilitator is Sonia. And Sonia, again, like you've seen as we've introduced people today that we have some very experienced facilitators. And Sonia, I don't think brings a lot of facilitation experience, but she embodies the fact that you do not need to be a professional speaker to really bring your true, authentic self to doing this work. And I am just 100% comfortable that Sonia's audiences are going to connect with her and fall in love with her and listen to her and learn from her in ways that will really help push this initiative forward. So Sonia, the energy you bring to this is so perfect. And what would you like to share today?
Thank you so much, Robert, for those kind words. I would like to say good evening to all the beautiful persons here today with the beautiful minds. And the insight of hearing about this program, when I got the call from Ms. Hazel, I was like, yes. Without hearing anything about the logistics behind it, I was like, yes, because I love to see people smile. And how are we going to make people smile? Through service, right? So this initiative was welcome, right? I'm happy to be part of it. I'm happy to be part of an amazing group. Group C, I love you all. Thanks for the constructive criticism, because that is the only way we will be able to develop. Robert, oh my gosh, thank you for holding our hands through it, right? We appreciate it. Joanne, Sophie, Miss Hazel, everyone was just there for us, and we appreciate it a lot. Also, I just wish Tobago and beyond that we would always use the step up and never try to make Tobago use that escalator, right? And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. And by the way, you look amazing. I now have the privilege of introducing the next workshop leader, Dr. Verlene Bob Lewis. Dr. Bob Lewis, your contribution and engagement throughout the training is unparalleled. You got the attention of the room. Your presentations were always flawless, even when it wasn't by your standard. We still thought it was. Dr. Bob continued to be delightful, continued to be charming, and we really are happy to have you on this team. Congratulations to you, and over to you.
Thank you sincerely. Thank you, workshop leaders. Thank you, Group A. Now, 6 weeks seemed long. 6 weeks seemed hard. But Robert, Jeff, and Ron made it not bad. Some face-to-face, lots of self-study too. It wasn't a race, but we all had to get through. Service excellence, we ready to share with Tobago. Thanks THTI team, thanks TTAL team, and everybody. We TPR and raring to go. Uplifting service, we no announce, no carnival this year, but we're ready to bounce. Thank you one and all. Great experience, Robert. Thank you very much.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Thank you so much, Dr. Bob Lewis. And last but definitely not the least, congratulations, Vanilla Jack Joseph. I am so proud of you. I know you will do well in implementing the contents of the training at your workplace and within the accommodation sector. You handled the task with composure, and when you smile, you just made the content sensible, concise, and easily digestible. Congratulations, Vanilla. Over to you.
Thank you, Joanna.
So service is very dear to me. So I was delighted to have had the opportunity to undergo this training where I have met some spectacular persons and an amazing facilitator in Robert. I am energized and motivated and cannot wait to be deployed to assist in raising the standard of Brand Tobago. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanella. And thank you to all the workshop leaders for your contribution, for your kind words. We really, really appreciate it. We're at this point in the segment as we're winding down. I would like to invite my right hand, Ms. Safia Bulhan, Marketing Manager and Communications Manager at THTI. Safia, over to you.
Thank you, Joanna. It's really very gratifying to be at this session, to be at this milestone today. So thank you, everyone. As we continue from here on, the support of the workshop leaders and rolling out this program is at the heart of what will occupy a lot of our time and energy. And you can count on us to be there with you all along the way. We also look forward to engaging with the different organizations, different groups, every nook and cranny of Tobago to bring them into this program, to provide you with the participants who will benefit from the training that they will receive from you. So that will be our work. As early as March, we look forward to hosting, scheduling those workshops that will put all these beautiful words we've heard today into action. And in my closing remarks, I just want to take this opportunity to thank the support that we have received from the Tobago House of Assembly. And I'm really, really heartened to have Assemblywoman Megan Morrison amongst our many alumni who clearly are in this group here supporting the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute. Thank you for making this occasion extra special for us. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, our project sponsor, the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited. This collaboration is what is making this project strong. How much more can we achieve when we work together? Thank you for recognizing the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism as the right partner to make this happen in Tobago. I want to thank Robert. Robert, I'm sure that everybody who has taken this training session with you will agree with me that Uplifting Service selected the best ambassador and master trainer to come and walk with us this journey in Tobago to achieve the service excellence that we aspire for. Thank you. I also want to thank Mr. Ken Corby. I'm not sure if he's on the call today, but he is the reason that brought Uplifting Service into our sphere and for us to reach where we've reached today. So thank you, Ken. Thank you to everybody who's working hard in this, behind the scenes. Too many to mention, but I do want to say our team, Shanice Winchester, Jordan Khan, Lisa Jessamy, Masuda Ramsey, and of course, you're all familiar with Hazel Taylor, Joanna, my other half, Stephen Shepard, our CEO, for standing there and supporting us and giving us the resources and the fuel to keep going. We have loved this journey. We are so excited for the future. You can count on us to work even harder to make this succeed. So on those last words, I'd like to say thank you to everybody. If anybody has anything to add from the team, please go ahead. But I would like to wish everybody a very, very pleasant evening. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, everyone. Well-deserved congratulations.
Yes, congratulations to everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
If I may, Joanna, I recall just a short reflection. The day Joanna and I met with Louis Lewis to start this project, never in my mind did I think it will reach to where we are today. It's gone way beyond my expectation. It also placed on me and Mr. Lewis a very strong sense of responsibility that we have to see this through. We knew what we wanted to achieve at that time, and we reached this point. And thank you very much to the workshop leaders for your dedication and commitment. And we really need to transform Trinidad and Tobago. And from what I've heard this afternoon, I have no doubt that the future looks good. So thank you very much again. Thank you, Robert and Rod and everybody. So we are good to go. Thanks. I'm feeling very good about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Shepherd. Thank you, Sophia. So if you now can move your tussle to the side. Congratulations again, and you will hear from us. We have a lot of information to share with you as we roll out, as we put the organizations together and the teams together, and even you pairing up with your colleagues. So we have a lot of those information for you. And of course, payments. So you will hear a lot of again, and have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Congratulations.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.